Sorry about my voice, got a bit of laryngitis at the moment. Today I wanted to talk to you why it's important to stay within your calorie objectives that we've set for you. So we've set your calorie objectives based off the goals for the training program. So if your goals were to train 3 times per week, we've taken that into consideration, the same with based off your non-exercise activity and the rest of the data that we gathered during the orientation process. Here's the reason why it's important to stay within your calorie goals, because we've already put them into a biggest restriction as possible. Now your intention might be, hey, if I eat with calorie restriction, there's a lot of information out there that tells us if you eat less than your if you eat in a calorie deficit, you'll lose more weight. That's not necessarily true, and here's why. If say for example you eat 200 calories less than your daily amount we've prescribed for you to do. So example, if I should do 2,000 calories per day, decide to eat 200 calories less with the goal of being able to lose more weight. That's not necessarily going to happen, and here's why. Over the course of a 7-day period, you're going to get, and you eat 200 calories less, you get a total net loss of calories of 1,400 calories. That's almost a day's nutrition gone. So all the micronutrients, all the macronutrients that we set at the beginning, your body hasn't got enough fuel in order to grow and to release growth hormone, build muscle and burn fat, and also spike your metabolism up. If that happens, you're not going to get the result that you want. In fact, you're probably going to be eating more carbohydrates in order because you're snacking, you're feeling low on energy, which is going to increase your insulin levels, which is also going to mean that you're going to retain weight. So you're probably going to gain, if anything, over that period of time. It's really important to stay within goal set and your calories that we've given you. Nutrients. So why is the ratio of the macronutrients so important? If we take each individual macronutrient and what they do to the body, there's a few different factors for each particular one. Now today we're just going to talk a little bit about hormones and what each particular macronutrient releases in the body. If you take, for example, protein, the reason why a lot of you have got such high protein is because it releases a growth hormone into your body. The growth hormone allows you to build more muscle, and many of you want more body recomposition. Most of you want to build muscle. It's also got an appetite suppressant, which is very high in satiety, which means if you eat high protein, you're going to get full quicker. Versus eating carbohydrates, you're going to eat some bread or some toast, some chips, snacks, something processed. You're going to feel hungry an hour later. So that's why we get you to eat more protein during the course of the day. It also releases a little bit of insulin as well, and prolactin. Again, the main thing is the growth hormone. When it goes to carbohydrates, this is the big one. The reason why we but carbohydrates is not a bad thing. We need carbohydrates. The reason why we measure and monitor carbohydrates is because it releases so much insulin, especially processed carbs. Anything white rice, anything packaged that's been put in a package with any kind of like long sell-by date is going to have a high level. It's going to release a high level of insulin in your body. What that insulin is going to do is going to spike your blood sugar levels and it's going to make you hungry again within the course of 45-50 minutes. So what you effectively do is when your insulin release is so high, you're not actually going to get any kind of, you're not going to get full, and your body's just going to get these big spikes and crashes in your energy. So your energy is going to be like full for a little while, you get a bit of stimulus like sugar, and then bang, you're going to crash again. So your day is not going to be very smooth in terms of energy management. What's also going to mean is with too much insulin, your body's going to start to store it as fat. So what we want to do is make sure we keep our carbohydrates within the requirements that we've given you. And fats are really important, especially dietary fat. This releases a hormone called leptin in the body. When leptin's released into the body, what it's going to do is going to help you, again, similar to protein, it's going to help with your satiety levels. It's going to help you with satiety levels. It's going to help you stay fuller for longer. And those of you who are really struggling with your calories and getting your calories to a certain level, you get 9 calories per gram of fat. So it's really important to make sure you put in olive oil on your salads. Making sure you're using things like butter in cooking, and making sure you're getting like plenty of nuts and seeds into your system in order to keep your fat. So the summary for everyone is there's a reason why we've put these goals together for you in your nutritional requirements. Now the hardest thing for you guys is to resource this type of food. What I definitely suggest is thinking about protein supplements. It's a lot of you I've seen are not going to hit your protein goals, and we're looking at around about 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal, depending on how much protein is in your requirement. Very difficult to do for food, considering you only get 39 grams of protein per chicken breast. So you can imagine over the course of the day, it's a lot of chicken breast. Supplementation really helps. So thinking of a vegan protein or a normal whey protein, if your stomach can handle it, will really help you increase your protein. The second thing is think about where you're getting weight, is to think about being organized. The reason why your carbohydrates are so high generally is because snacks always contain an element of processed sugar and processed carbs. So you've got to get organized, you've got to think about where's your next meal coming from, either get prepared the day before so that you can make the right choices in the next day, or you're selecting the right restaurants, or you're selecting the right meal delivery guys. You've got like a short list of places where you're going to be getting the right amount of food from. It's going to give you your dietary fat and also give you the amount of protein that you want, so you can keep your carbs at a certain level. The last thing is think about pantry food. So pantry food, there's certain staples that you should have in your pantry. Massive lot of almonds, pumpkin seeds are really good, nut butters, things like peanut butter or almond butter are really good, and essential oils like coconut oil, olive oil are really important too. In terms of protein, then like I said, supplementation with protein is going to be really high. It's going to be really good. And think about veggies. Most of the veggies are going to be low GI than high GI. So try and get as much carbohydrates from broccoli, carrots. Grill your veggies. Have lots of brown rice and as much whole foods as you can when it comes to choosing your carbohydrates. Have your pantry full of those, and you have a much better chance of success. Keep up the great work, guys. We'll see you in the next one.